So, by the way, this is the intro song is "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me" by the band By the Sun, which the new album's finally available on Spotify. It's on Spotify and iTunes, so check it out. They're an amazing band. So, I actually like this version of the song better than, I know it's kind of blasphemy to say that, but, sorry. So, anyway, a lot of things happened so far during this insane time. Half Price Books finally opened up. V-Stock, Dark Side. They finally opened up, which is great, but they have new rules and guidelines about going into stores and stuff. Like, you have to wear a face mask cover, there's X amount of people allowed in the store. Like, there's a lot of rules and guidelines to going into the stores and stuff, which is, part of it's a good thing, part of it is a discrimination thing. It's one of those things, like, it's part of it's good, part of it's bad in this scenario. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to want to go into the store because they've been kept in their house for, I think, since January. I think around January. Like, people have been kept in their home for a very long time, and they finally want to get out and be free and get back to the way things were, the normal. And there's going to be some people who are going to I have this gut feeling that there's going to be some people who are going to be like, we want things to be like this for a good long time. And I've been one of those people who didn't believe in the coronavirus bullshit thing. I think it's all media bullshit. People are going to take advantage of this entire thing, and which they are. I mean, you have the media hyping it up, like, and you have Andrew Cuomo, on TV every fucking day. This, talking about X amount of people died. There's gonna be new rules, guidelines. Like, you could just tell, like, Andrew Cuomo is stroking his ego of, like, taking control of everything and stuff. And I think it's just, in my opinion, like, the virus thing, I think there is something, but at the same time, I believe it's just media bit hyping it, scaring the shit out of everybody, and enjoying it. So, let's get to the geek news. I might go to books. Probably go to the comic shop. I got my stimulus check, so I did it pretty good. Um, so, I might check it out to see what they have. It's been a while since I've been at Half Price books. Last time I went, like, I couldn't even go in the fucking store because they didn't want people in the store. You know, you got a debit card? Okay, you can pay for it. You know, and the whole thing of the bookstore is yeah, the whole point of the bookstore is going in there looking to see what they got. And sometimes you can find something you've been looking for a while. And, you know, I like going to half-price books, even though I have to wear a mask. It sucks. Like, it truly sucks. Because I like going to half-price books, but I don't think there should be an X amount of people allowed into the bookstore. And the thing is, people keep their social distance. Like, I mean, except people in Franklin County. Them people. They can't keep a social distance. Like, they're on top of you. Like, I was in Walmart, and I realized my anxiety for things is getting kind of worse. Which I'll admit, like, I've been struggling with anxiety. For a while, and I'll admit, like, it's not great. I don't have to take medication to keep it controlled, and like now it's like I don't like going. I don't like going out. I'm like the old man Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond, where I just don't feel like going anywhere. I don't feel like leaving my house. I feel like staying put. You know. And it is just that way, like, you know, like, and it sucks half the time. It sucks that I don't like being around people. I mean, I've made jokes about it, like I've been doing social distancing before it became a thing. But at Walmart, I was at Walmart, and oh shit, it was bad. Like, the store was fucking crowded. People were on top of each other. They were loud. Like, you know, it was insane. Like, I can't take loud noises and stuff, and for me, like, it's kind of weird though. I like going to, like, select stores. I like going to half-price books. I like going to Barnes and Noble. I like going to comic shops because they are very quiet. Not many people. And it's just that way. Like, I just like going to the stores because they're just that quiet. You know. But when you go to Walmart, it is like loud. Like, I mean, don't be wrong. It's great to see things back open, like restaurants, diners. I hope Denny's bounces back. I know Denny's in Eureka, not that far from Six Flags, been dealing with a lot of it. Like, they, were trying to stay open, and the virus thing just, they couldn't stay open. Like, they tried to stay open by having people pick up curbside, and sadly people were budging. So, hopefully they can bounce back sooner than later, So, anyway, let's get to the geek news. The geek. The geek news. So, the Batman, Penguin, not the main villain, reveals Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell talked about the Batman movie. While on lockdown, Colin Farrell, who plays Oswald Cobblepot in the film, revealed that his character doesn't have a big role in the movie, that he doesn't have a lot to do. And it sounds like if the Penguin isn't the main movie villain, he stated, quote, "I had only started it. I can't wait to get back. The creation of it, the aesthetic of the character, has been fun. I really am so excited to get back and explore it. I haven't gotten to do much. I have a certain amount in the film, and I am not all over it by any means. But there's a couple of some tasty scenes I have in it. My creation, and I can't wait to get back." Yeah, I totally feel excited. It is like something I have not had the opportunity to explore before. Feels original and fun. But I am only at the start of the journey, so I can't wait to get back and really get into it. I always liked Colin Farrell. I always thought he was one of those good actors that, when he was younger, he could have played Batman. I always thought he could have played, Batman. And for me, it's just, I can't wait to see where Colin Farrell goes with the Penguin. I think he's an excellent choice to play the villain, the Penguin, even though I was kind of like on the board for Toby Jones. Which Toby Jones could, I always thought he could have played the Penguin. Like, I seen him in a lot of films. Like, he was in a movie with like, a lot of people know him for being in the Captain America films. But I seen a lot of his films that he did before Cap, I seen him in the one movie where he played opposite of Sandra Bullock as Capote. I seen him in the Girl, which is about Alfred Hitchcock and the actress that played in The Birds, like, I forget her name. He was really good in it. Like, he kind of steals the scenes and stuff. Like, and that's the thing about Toby Jones. Like, Toby Jones could steal the scene. He could steal the moment in the film. And that's the thing about Toby Jones. Like, he steals the scenes. He steals. He was in Sherlock, which he was brilliant at Sherlock. Like, I mean, if that's like the final season, then that's a way to go. Like, man, that was a phenomenal season of Sherlock. And for me, I think Toby Jones is just that good of an actor. Like, they could have used him a lot in the Avengers, but like Captain America and all that, but they didn't. Like, which it was fine, but damn, I wish he could play a villain in Batman. Like, if they had like Toby Jones play Mad Hatter, I'd be fine with it. Like, he's just that good of an actor, and I'm such a big fan of Toby Jones's work and stuff. Like, I think he could kill it, But anyway. So, anyway. So, it's more likely than Catwoman teams with I'm reading the article with the Penguin. It's more likely Catwoman teams with Batman. In some way, so Selena can be ruled out. Leaves two characters: the Penguin, played by Paul Dano, aka Edward Nashton, the Riddler, as the villain. It's been rumored that Matt Reeves is in part of adapting The Long Halloween, so perhaps Riddler takes the place of the Calendar Man. It sucks for that one. Like, Calendar Man is a really good character, and I said it for a long time. Long Halloween should be adapted into an animated film. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. So, Long Halloween, Catwoman, When in Rome, and Dark Victory. Like, should be a trilogy. Like, yeah, tied in. So, anyway. From this one I've heard. I hope it's true in a way. The DC Universe Swamp Thing is coming to this year with its first season. CW has announced that Swamp Thing as part of its upcoming lineup to air fourth quarter of 2020. With the CW's new season set for 2021, the CW has crafted its fresh programs for the fourth quarter of 2020. So, I'm here. Alright, including Swamp Thing, Tell Me a Story, Coroner, Dead Pixels, Pandora, Outposts, 2 Sentence Horror Stories, World's Funniest Animals, Masters of Illusion, Is It Anyway, and Penn and Teller, Fool Us. So Swamp Thing Season 1 will air Tuesdays at 8. So, for me, I hope they try to revive it. Yeah. Regarding Season 2, There's only been one season for Swamp Thing from the DC Universe streaming service before it was canceled. Well, Comic-Con summer, DC insiders filled in that AT&T was responsible. And it's also known that J.J. Abrams is developing a Justice League Dark series which might feature Swamp Thing. CW's president Mark Podrinsky touched upon the possibilities of Swamp Thing Season 2. He said, quote, "At the moment it's just the one season. I don't know how, if it would come back. Obviously that we would be discussing with Warner Brothers and the CW, but at this time it's just the episodes we have for Swamp Thing." I hope they pick it up for a second season. Like, Swamp Thing's been one of those. It's an amazing show. It's one of my favorites of the DC universe. And for me, it's one of those shows that I really enjoyed. Like, I love the Alan Moore Swamp Thing comic. I think it's one of those amazing books. Like, it's something you have to read. Like, I know a lot of people talk about his Watchmen and Killing Joke and all that, but Swamp Thing was such an amazing book. Like, it's Shakespearean. Like, and it was before Alan fucking crazy. Like, everybody always talks about Miller going crazy. Like, no, like, Alan Moore's crazy. The man believes in magic. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, one great show to a show I have a love-hate relationship with, Batwoman. CW's Batwoman reveals Bruce Wayne as tonight's episode. So the big reveal, the possibility teases the eventual appearance of Batman. The Arrowverse Batman has never been revealed, but is known. The Earth's prime Dark Knight exists. According to Luke Fox, Batman killed the Joker at some point. They always have to go for that one. They always have to go with that. Batman killed. Well, I know something. Arrow Season 6 confirmed that Batman existed in the Arrowverse, and that the Elseworlds crossover confirmed that the Arrowverse Cape Crusader. It is also known that Batman has been missing for years, taken from Birds of Prey, which sees Batwoman taking over the gig as the protector of Gotham. Now, Wayne stands to reveal, well, sort of. I love how they do that. I love how they just do that. We're ready to reveal Bruce Wayne Batman. Well, sort of. In tonight's episode, Batwoman sees Tommy Elliott don the face of Bruce Wayne. That was taken from Arkham Knight and Arkham City. Like, really? Couldn't come up with anything original? This is stupid. I'm sorry, it is. Alright. The episode shows Alice surgically attaching a face onto Tommy, which they reveal below, who was a former childhood friend of Bruce Wayne, but now the villain Hush. The face happens to be a perfect replica of Bruce Wayne's own face. In the comics, Tommy used his plastic surgery skills to make himself look like Bruce Wayne, to steal his childhood friend's fortune. After the comic, they sort of did that in the let's see. Hush even managed to replace Bruce Wayne in the public spotlight, but of course eventually stopped and defeated by the real deal. It happens as if something similar happens in Batwoman. So technically Bruce Wayne, it's not technically Bruce Wayne, but it's the face of Bruce Wayne, played by actor Warren Christie, better known for The Village, The Resident, The Exorcist, Alphys, and Warren Christie happens to have a small role back in Arrow in 2012 playing Carter Bowen. It's safe to assume that Arrowverse is ever allowed to use Batman, that Warren Christie would be playing the character, but for now Christie is playing the villain Hush, and will do so in season 2. The clip. I have to see it for myself. Okay, I can't. There's a photo of him. Yeah, he kind of does look like Bruce Wayne. CW recently did announce the world's finest crossover, which will be Batwoman and Superman teaming up, so possibly Warren Christie Batman could appear in it. So let's read the article about that one, and I'll give my 2 one. So, Arrowverse ditches the Flash series for Batwoman and Superman for the crossover. It is learned that the first time ever the Arrowverse crossover won't feature episodes of The Flash, but instead the Arrowverse crossover will be a 2-hour take on the world's finest, which will feature Tyler Hoechlin's Superman and Ruby Rose's Batwoman. The next Arrowverse crossover won't air in December due to the coronavirus, so plans for the crossover will air at the end of the first quarter or the beginning of 2020, beginning of the second quarter of 2021. CW's president Mike Budinsky revealed that the news Thursday, but did note things that things aren't completely in store. The original plan before the pandemic, we were going to go with the first and second week in December, a 2-hour Sunday, Budinsky said. We did have more discussions, but we have more important things to worry about at the moment. He also went on to say, we're still working on it. The smaller event than usual. We're only planning a 2-hour event, and we're talking about doing a Superman Batwoman together. There's a lot of characters coming from our other shows. The next Arrowverse crossover will be smaller and minus episodes of The Flash. I'll say this. I know a lot of people, including myself, love The Flash. The Flash is an awesome character. But to be quite honest, when you think of the crossovers with The Flash, I mean, here's the crossovers that they did. Flash versus Arrow. Heroes Join Forces. Invasion. Crisis on Earth X. Elseworlds. And Crisis on Infinite Earths. He did a lot of the crossovers with Arrow. Sorry, The Flash did crossovers with Arrow. And to be quite honest, it just wouldn't be right, having the Flash do a crossover series event with someone else. I know a lot of people are like, well, Supergirl. Yeah. But that was just sort of to bring her into the fold. But the point I'm getting to is The Flash and Arrow were the two OG shows for CW, the two, comic book series that, had a universe. So, in a way, they're sort of making this new crossover with Batwoman and Superman, sort of like the new start of the new era. So, for me, I think it's sort of a good thing. At the same time, hopefully they, make Batwoman a better show. So, anyway. It's kind of funny, though, because them calling it World's Finest, like, they did that with, I think they did that with, like, Supergirl and Batwoman. And now it's kind of funny with, with the whole thing. The CW revealed the 2021 schedules. Batwoman will be airing on Sundays, Black Lightning on Mondays, The Flash on Tuesdays, and followed by Superman and Lois. Supergirl and DC's Legends of Tomorrow will return mid-season 2021. Yeah. CW revealed details for Superman and Lois, including a poster synopsis. The Flash mentioned a new Mirror Master. It's a woman. That's an important thing. Batwoman teases Batman's still missing, and the villain is Hush. And I have a feeling Batman's gonna be like, I ain't fucking appearing anywhere. So, Superman and Lois gets a poster and synopsis and cast. The Superman and Lois series coming to the CW gets a poster and a release date. The CW released a new schedule for which will have Superman and Lois airing on Tuesdays, starting in January following The Flash. The Flash races back for season 7 Tuesday, followed by the brand new series of Earth's Mightiest Hero and the most inspiring, a journalist for the Daily Planet, Superman and Lois. And Superman, after years facing the megalomaniac supervillains, monsters wreaking havoc on Metropolis, alien invasions intended to wipe out the human race. The world's most famous superhero, the Man of Steel, aka Clark Kent, should be Superman, Clark Kent, Tyler Hoechlin of Teen Wolf, and the comic's most famous journalists, Lois Lane, Elizabeth Tulich of Grimm, come face to face with one of the greatest challenges ever, dealing with all the stress, pressure, complexes that come with being working parents in today's society. I already hate this fucking show. Really? Like, that? That? Not the whole... No, whatever. Complicating the already daunting job of raising two boys, Clark and Lois. Why do they always have to upload the same fucking video? Cosmic Book News site. Anyway. Clark and Lois must also concern themselves whether or not their sons, Jonathan and Jordan, could inherit their father's Kryptonian powers as they grow older. Returning to Smallville. I'm sorry, they cannot be good as that show, okay? Smallville was like once in a lifetime opportunity show to see. To handle some Kent family business, Clark and Lois reacquainted with Lana Lang, the local lone officer who happens to be Clark's first love. And her fire chief husband, Kyle Cushing. The names on these shows are just like stupid. And this whole story idea sucks. It's like a soap opera. I mean, my God, like they wrote Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman like a soap opera, but that was actually an entertaining fucking show. But I mean, was it a good show? No. No, it wasn't really a good... I mean, it was a good show, but season 1 was really the best, I think, in my opinion. Season 2 had its moments. Season 3 was kind of forgetful, and season 4 was... type of thing. Like, I mean, season 4 did try to go back to the basics. But the thing that bothered me with season 2, 3, they tried to make it like the villain of the week type thing, and it wasn't that really good. Like, it just, like, I'm sorry, like, it was just like, there were moments in the show that was easily forget, type of thing, but it was just like, type of thing. So Kyle Cushing, played by Eric Valdez of Graceland. Yeah, I seen that show. That wasn't a bad show. It just didn't last long. The adults aren't the only ones to rediscover old friendships. The Kents then have reacquainted with Lana and Kyle's rebellious daughter, Sarah. Of course, there's never a dull moment in the life of a superhero, especially Lois's father, General Samuel Lane, Dylan Walsh of Nip Tuck. I like the title that Psych did, where they mocked it. I think it was Nip, Tuck, and Suck It. I think that's what the title of it was. That was a funny one. I love that show, Psych, by the way. My favorite one is the what was that? The one show. They did a parody of it. They did Clue, and let's see, they did the musical one. That wasn't bad, but the Clue one was funny. I love the Bigfoot one. That was also funny. They did the Spanish soap opera one. That was also funny. I can't wait for the sequel, Psych 2, Lassie Come Home. Dual Spires. That was the one where they brought in the the cast of the most iconic show ever, Twin Peaks. That was my favorite episode because I love how the cast, because they brought in they brought in the entire cast of Twin Peaks, and I love how the cast of Twin Peaks acted in a separate TV series that the Gus and Sean enter in, along with Lassie and Jules. And it was just so funny how they just all they didn't act like they were, they sort of did act like they were in a separate TV series, and so it was kind of funny. I just, hearing that name Nip Tuck just made me think of that episode where the chick from Full House and Garage Sale Mysteries appear in it. General Samuel Lane looking for Superman to vanquish a villain and save the day at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, Superman and Lois's return to idyllic Smallville is set up to append when a mysterious stranger enters their lives. Ooh. Based on the DC characters created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman and Lois is written and executive produced by Todd Helbing of The Flash. Executive produced by Greg Berlanti, Jeff Johns. I wonder who Greg Berlanti blackmailed this time. Because that dude gets a lot of fucking DC show gigs. So anyway, let's get to the other geek news and we'll wrap it up. DC Comics has canceled the Terrifics. The last 3 issues released digital only. That sucks. James Tynion talks about Batman to comic store retailers for FOC. DC relegates the final 2 issues of Supergirl to digital only. DC Comics full August 2020 issues Harley Quinn canceled. Warren Ellis will write Evil Robot Dinosaurs and Batman Death Metal. I seen the monster truck one. That was so awesome. I was just awesome. So anyway, I bet a lot of people are going to be upset over Harley Quinn being canceled. Let's get to that one. I did watch Scoob movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so much fun to watch Captain Caveman. I was so happy to see like Captain Caveman, Blue Falcon, Dick Dastardly from Westers. Like, I thought it was so cool. It was sort of like the Hanna-Barbera reference pool. Like, you know this character, you know where that character came from. Like, I can't wait to see them do the Flintstones. Like, I love the Flintstones. I am a huge fan of the Flintstones, and I love the comic series that they did for DC, the Flintstones, that lasted, I think, 12 issues. I really enjoyed it. Like, it was so much fun to read. It was actually back when comics were fun to read, and you were just excited to see what happens next. And now it's like a chore. But for me, like, it was that time I got aggravated with Batman after issue 50, and I decided to like find other stories, and I found Flintstones, and I read Scooby Apocalypse, the Looney Tunes. I just enjoyed, a lot of the comics like that. Like, so it was so much fun. Anyway, let's see. Harley Quinn's final issue, 75th. I don't suppose there's any chances for a 5G Harley Quinn reboot. One person wrote that. Let's see. Batman, The Three Jokers, 1. Deceased, Dead Planet 2. Dark Knight's Death Metal. Dark Knight Death Metal. Legends of the Dark Knight. I can't wait to read that one. Death Metal Guidebook. Teen Titans Beast Boy trade paperback. Swamp Thing Twin Branches trade paperback. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 2. I'm still waiting for Batman Earth 1 Volume 3. I doubt that's ever going to come back. Batman 96. Batman 97. Batgirl 48. Detective Comics 1025. Detective Comics 26. Harley Quinn 75. At last, it's the star-studded roast of Harley Quinn. Nothing is off limits, no topic is out of bounds. No one, and we mean no one, will escape the unscattered. Harley may be the funniest person in the DC universe. Doubtful of that one. But how well can she take a joke? Plus, in the backup story illustrated by superstar artist Riley Risso is tying into the Joker war. Harley faces off against Punchline. Ugh. Enough of the Punchline character. Nightwing 73, written by Dan Jurgens. Damn good writer, by the way. I wish he would have wrote Batman. And he did a fantastic job with Action Comics, man. Like, he just, he was killing it. And, it's insane that DC, who Jurgens and Tamashi were like killing it with Superman, and then decided like we're gonna replace them with Brian Michael Bendis instead of like continuing forward with the progressing of Superman. Instead, they moved the character back. Like, it was just insane. It was insane, like, so it was just insane how they just, did that. And Jurgens is a good writer, like I said, like, Red Hood, Outlaw, never read any of the series, to be quite honest with you. Wonder Woman 760, Wonder Woman 61, so I guess that's all of them, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Strange Adventures by Tom King, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. So I take it they are ending Harley Quinn's series, and they're just, focusing, now they're going to focus on like trying to sell the Birds of Prey one. I guess, I don't know. I don't work for D, so. Super Sons Book 3. Super Sons Book Escape to Landis. I can't wait to read one. I love the first two that Ridley Pearson wrote. I talked about them on an episode here on the show. I'm a fan of Ridley Pearson. Kingdom Keepers is one of the best novel series that ties into Disney, and I am not a big Disney fanatic. I'm not like my cousins who went to Disney World and Disneyland. I am not a big fucking Disney person. But I enjoyed the Kingdom Keepers, and I am kind of stunned that they never made them into a movie series or a TV series for Disney Plus. I am just kind of stunned they never pulled the trigger on it and made it interesting and good. It's the same way. Like I am just kind of stunned about that. Like it would have been a really interesting movie series, like if they did Kingdom Keepers and stuff. Kingdom Hearts. I enjoy Kingdom Hearts. I'm a fan of that. I like Final Fantasy. I like the story of Sora, Riku, and Kairi. I think their stories are amazing. So I haven't played the third one. I've seen bits and pieces of it. Maybe later play it. But again, it's one of those video games that you have to focus your attention on. I mean, not all the time, but the point I'm getting to is it's a long ass video game, and I'm not young. I wouldn't say that, but my attention span cannot be focused on one video game. Believe me, I played South Park: The Stick of Truth and South Park Fractured Butthole, and those are fun video games. But man, they have a story packed in. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. So, it's also like those role-playing video games, like in the DC Universe series, DC's All-Star Games, which is a good series, by the way. I really enjoyed it. I kind of want to play that type of tabletop game, which it looks a lot of fun. So anyway, I recommend checking that series out. Like, it is really fun. It's cool to see Xavier Woods do something after, I think he ended up hurting his leg in a match, and he had to like basically taken a year off from it. Now he does like Up Up Down Down YouTube channel, and he, I guess, is a part of this series. I hope they do more episodes of DC All-Star Games. I really enjoy it. It's cool to see Freddie Prinze Jr. doing something. Like, every time I see him, I think of I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scooby-Doo. Like, he played Fred in Scooby-Doo, and he was like the perfect choice to play Fred. Him and Sarah Michelle Gellar, his wife, as Daphne. Those two were like the perfect choices, along with Matthew Lillard as Shaggy. I wish they would have had a part in the Scooby-Doo movie, and that is a good movie, by the way. I recommend it if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, if you're a Hanna-Barbera fan, like I am. It is one of those movies that I think it is fun for kids, but it's also fun for like adults who grew up watching Hanna-Barbera. It's one of those fun things because you get like little references and like you pick it up and like, oh, I know that. I hope they do the Flintstones. Get Will Ferrell as Fred. Get Barney played by John C. Reilly. Get what's her name? I'm thinking of her name. Hold on. She plays Cheetah in Wonder Woman. And she also did the voice of Lola Bunny in the Looney Tunes series. Kirsten Wiig as Wilma. And get Gal Gadot as Betty. There, like, you have the cast right there. Like, you got Fred and Wilma played by Will Ferrell and Kirsten Wiig. Barney and Betty played by John C. Reilly and Gal Gadot. There you go. That would be a great movie. They would do the voices. Like, that'd be the perfect Flintstones movie. Like, that's my opinion of it. So anyway, I will check out Half Price Books maybe this week, and check out the comic book stores as well. So we'll see where it goes. I will talk about it. So anyway, I will see you all next episode. Bye.